Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let gang, back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube. She back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Shay's Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. And thank you guys so much for being here. Hold on for 1 second. I had to get some water, you guys. Hold on. Anyway, you guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to everybody in the bushes. Everybody who watched this in the replay over here in the chat. Thank you, Jermaine, for being here. I appreciate you being here. And you guys, I'm going to do this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that screen right there. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure to share and leave a comment, and also hype this video up. Hype me up, y'all. All right, and if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $Shades Tube, and copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Thank you guys in advance, and thanks to all who have donated. All righty. So tonight, you guys, I'm going to be covering Nancy Guthrie's case again, because we do have some updates. And if you have been following this case and you've been checking me out, you will see that they have had a couple of updates since Sunday. Since Sunday. So we're going to go over those tonight, and go over a little breaking news, and then that will be it. All right. So anyway, get you relaxed in bed. If you are watching this in the daytime, get yourself to eat something to drink in a relaxing seat. If you are at work, continue to watch or listen to me. Continue to do your job, or watch and listen to me on the download. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this live, you guys. Let me put my background music on and get this show on the road. If I can stop coughing, excuse me, you guys. All right, and let me go ahead and put that background. Okay, so like I just told you guys, there is some updated information on Nancy Guthrie case, okay? So first thing first, you guys. According to Newsbreak and ABC News, they claim that the suspect in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping, they claim that this person visited her house before. Now, remember when I was telling you guys the other day or other night, I was telling you guys that this person had to been at her house before, because there is no way this person would know exactly what bedroom she was sleeping in. Okay, even if you look at her house online, you will know that she has bedrooms, but you would not know which one she's sleeping in, because I'm pretty sure she had more than one. Let's see. Right, definitely. Hold on for 1 second. Let me put this over and get my other one. The thing is, there are, like Jermaine said, there are many unanswered questions about this entire case. Like, for starters, how did this suspect get into her house? Did he have a key? Was a door left open? We already know she didn't get up and open the door because she was asleep. So how did this man or a woman, but we know it's a man, get into her house? And why haven't they told us? Okay. Now, let me get back to this article. Now, they said this man, they believe, was at her front door earlier than February the 1st, the night that police believe Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped. Now, this is what a source told ABC News, okay? Now, the image the FBI released of the suspect at her front door without a backpack was captured by her Nest doorbell camera on a day before the suspected kidnapping. And I think I used that picture on my thumbnail that I haven't put up yet. I think I have this picture up there. Let me show y'all, because I didn't put the thumbnail up there yet, so you wouldn't be able to see it, but I'll show you here. This picture right here. He does not have a backpack here, but he's still having a mask and everything. Okay? Let's see what he looks like. And on this picture, it looks like he has on a full mask. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. And they said it wasn't a forced entry either. Okay? So, anyway, the FBI, you guys, said the images of the suspect with the backpack was from the morning that she disappeared, which was Sunday, February 1st, when Nancy failed to show up to watch a virtual church service. Now, one theory that they do have is that the suspect approached the door the first time, noticed the camera, and was scared off, only to return later when he is seen tampering with the device and putting branches in front of the lens. So when he was looking on the ground and he was picking up something, he was picking up branches to put up on the camera. Okay. Now, but still, why was he looking all on the front door entryway? Because there would be no branches there. I guess he was looking for something to put up on the camera. Now, they said the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department declined to comment on all of that. So anyway, they are thinking that the reason investigators have asked neighbors to check their home security system for suspicious people in cars going back to January the 1st, a month before the kidnapping, so they can see if this suspect was lurking around her home. So the thing is, even though with all these updates and everything, these new leads, they still do not have this suspect identified, okay? Which is crazy. Now, Jason Pack, a former FBI agent, told ABC News that if it is the same person, it could indicate that the person was there, watching the place before the kidnapping happened. Now, what did I just tell y'all the other day? I said that this person probably came there before, okay? If she didn't know this person, or if this person never worked for her or anything else, this person might have came there before. I don't know why that person would be by her house. So I'm still thinking that maybe this person is someone who did some type of work on her property, or maybe knows someone, or it could be someone closer. All right. Because there's no way, let me say this again, there's no way this person would know exactly where she was sleeping at. Now, of course, when the person got inside the house, this person could have walked all throughout the house and searched rooms until they find her. Okay, of course, they could have done that. But still, I still say this person had to know certain information. You know what I'm saying? And the only way this person could get certain information, like, the pacemaker, that type of information, is if that person been there before and knows her or know of her. Okay? Because how would you know she's wearing a pacemaker? The pacemaker is inside. You can't see it. Yeah, you can see wires and stuff, but you don't know what that's for. So this person knew that she, wore a pacemaker and knew to unplug it. So clearly they must have investigated, the pacemaker. And so that's nothing they may need to look into to see. I don't know how would they go about to find that out, because anybody, I'm sure a lot of people be looking at pacemakers, but maybe they can pinpoint the time, around the time she disappeared, and see if anybody did any checks on pacemakers, how they function, how they work, and maybe check a couple of weeks before or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out in the air, really. But I still say the person probably know of her, obviously, or know her, did some work for her, or did some other things in her house, or maybe closer. You just never know. And another thing too, like I said before, they didn't tell us, they said it was no forced entry. Okay, so how did this person get inside that house? If she was asleep when they came in and got her, that indicates that she didn't get up and open the door. Or was the door unlocked? Or did somebody leave a door unlocked? Because that same person hired this person to come in and do this. Or did she have a key underneath the rug or something? Or in a pot? And he got in with a key. Or again, what if this person came to her house and did some work, left a door unlocked so he can come back in? But if that was the case, why would he be, tampering with the front camera? Because if this person say if this person came to the house, unlocked the door to come back in, like a back door, side door, he wouldn't need to tamper with the front camera because he could come around a different way. You see what I'm saying? So that indicates that a door, none of the other doors could be open because this person tampered with the cameras in the front on the door because clearly that person didn't want you to see him going into the house that way. You say you started to think she isn't even kidnapped. What if she wasn't really? Okay. Because why? If a door was open in the back or on the side or wherever else, why would he even be at the front door tampering with that camera? He would have went around the way where he knows the door is open and he would have went in that way. So that theory is thrown out the door. So how did he get in without having to force entry? They did not mention the key. So clearly either he had to have a key, right? Or a key was left. Or maybe the front door was left unlocked because we don't know if Nancy Guthrie checked her doors before she went to sleep, but you would think that she would have checked her doors. You know what I'm saying? But since she lives in a very nice community, sometimes you don't check doors because you feel comfortable, especially when you live there 50 years, you feel comfortable. You know nobody's not going to come through, so you don't really have to check the door. So, I mean, you see where I'm going with this, Jermaine? So, either she went to bed and did not check that door and someone left their front door open. So that indicates that, well, look, in order for them to leave the front door open, they would have had to have a key, okay? So then if they had the key, they don't need to leave the front door because they can just come in. So that theory is thrown out too, okay? So the front door was not left open, all right? Because they would have had to have a key to get in to unlock that door. Unless it's a worker or someone she had in there doing the yard or whatever, but why would they be in her house? Unless they snuck in her house and she did not know it. But she does have alarm systems in her house. The subscription is not paid. So she would have still seen them come in her house, okay? So that couldn't be it either. So listen, so how did this dude get into that house then? Okay? So clearly it must have been some type of key. If they said no forced entry, unless they just not telling us the truth about the forced entry, and it was. And what about that other dude who was at the other property, not too far from hers, and he also had 2 backpacks, and he was trying to get into the gate of somebody else's house, and he couldn't get into it, so he finally left. Who is that dude? And he was similar dressed to the person who is suspected of kidnapping Nancy Guthrie. Are they working together? Is it the same person or what? Right. She went through the garage. So I'm thinking too that the front door was locked. Now, if she left the garage door open, this dude would need to listen. He probably was standing outside watching the whole time. Let's keep it real. And if he wasn't outside watching, he had to be, because how would he have known, when to come back? That she would be asleep. So if the garage door was open and say you had to enter into the house through the garage, then they will have a record of the garage door going up again, okay, and going back down. And they didn't say anything about that. So that theory is thrown out the door too, okay? So how do we think this man got into this house? How? So let's see this right here. Oh, this right here. This is old. Okay. So let me ask what's the name about this case real quick. Hold on for a minute, you guys. Let's see what it says. Let's see what they say. Okay, they said here, I asked Chat GPT or whatever you call this stuff about it, and AI said that Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case likely gained access to her home by bypassing or tampering with security. Okay, so that still doesn't tell me how did he get in. Okay, so does her doorbell alarm control her door as well? Or does she have one of those doors that you push a code? But so if she, listen, if she has that and he bypassed that and still got in that way, wouldn't it still be a record of that code being pushed into the door? Wouldn't it be a record of that? Yeah, they didn't say anything about that. Okay, they didn't say that they have records or data that tells them that someone used a code to get into her house. So the thing is, I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe that. Now they said that the only thing she had is cameras that don't have a subscription. You know, so when the cameras record, the next day it records again over that. It doesn't keep. In other words, it doesn't keep the video. Okay. So we know that this man came to the home before. He didn't have a backpack that time. And the second time when he came back, he did have a backpack on. I'm still trying to figure out though, is that the same dude at the other house? Because they kind of look similar. Or and if they're not the same, are they working together? Because we do believe that it was more than one person doing this entire thing. Because in that video that we saw, it looks like a person was like kneeling down or bending over. Some people said they saw three or four people. I only saw that suspect on the at the doorway, and then I saw somebody out of the yard. So that's two people. And another tripped out thing is the fact that all those damn gloves. We do know that the FBI just threw away some gloves, you know, on the ground. But what about the ones the FBI weren't wearing? Whose gloves are they? Well, they say it could be the help. So let's go back to the help again. So do you think one of her helpers, employees, concocted all this stuff up, you know, and planned all of this? Because again, I don't care if you do look on Google and you get a layout of someone's house. How would you know what room they're in? Of course, they could have searched. But still, if they're in the house searching, don't you think she would have heard them going through the house? And then since the other cameras were still going, they would have picked them up. And you would think if they see the other cameras, they would have went by, or he would have went by and tried to stop those cameras. Because he did not know, at least we don't think he knew, that she did not pay a subscription. And with him tampering with the other camera, that kind of proves that theory that they don't know. At first, I thought maybe they did know, but when I think about it, maybe they didn't know. He didn't know that she did not pay her subscription. That's why he tampered with that camera. And so if you think he's running all around the house and she has other cameras, wouldn't you think he'd be in there tampering with those two? Because he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know. He would not know that this person did not pay for her subscriptions on the cameras. And then the person would have to know when she went to bed too, so they can come inside. How do they know that she was asleep? Did someone call him up and give him a word that she had went to bed? Did someone do that? Because how would they know when she went to sleep? They can't see inside of a house to know that. So these are some questions that, we would like answers to, especially how did he come inside of her house? And what about the blood on the porch? What happened there? Did he hit her? Some other people gave some theories on that. I forgot exactly what they said, though, but they gave some theories about what could have possibly happened. Maybe when he went in there and grabbed her while she was asleep, she woke up and she started fighting him back. And he could have probably hit her, and made her nose bleed or her mouth bleed or something like that. And also another question we need to ask, why didn't the police say anything about any tire marks or anything? Did the person drive? Okay, because you would think they would have tire marks on the ground and maybe some other clues. And they claim they don't have any leads. So how did they get her away from the area? They had to have a car or something, or a truck or a van or whatever. But what about the tire marks on the ground? Okay, let me play that one time. Hold on for a minute. Where he's looking at the ground. Hold on. Let me stop this music real quick. Let's go over here and do this. Let me first present and share screen. Hold on, let me see if I find it. Okay, they got another thing. Let me see if I can find the other one first. He was over there again. Look at him. Hold on, let's see what he said first.
The Nancy Guthrie case is going cold, and we're viewing this footage completely wrong. I no longer believe we're looking at a guy getting ready to break into Nancy's home, but instead a guy who's working on the extraction process. I'm wondering if this guy's about to be let in the front door by whoever's inside and whoever he seems to look at when he's walking up to the porch. Remember, Nancy's front door has these big windows on either side of it, so this guy's looking at somebody or something in the house. He then awkwardly sidesteps his way to the camera, and I'm wondering if the guy inside maybe gave him one of these. This video was apparently taken at 2:12 a.m. However, the first disturbance on camera took place at 1:47 a.m. This would also explain the bulkiness of his backpack. Has he already been inside and taken some of Nancy's personal belongings, or is it filled with ropes, tarps, you name it? I also truly believe the FBI would release more footage if they had it before they let this thing go cold. So I'm thinking this one piece of video might be all they have. Unless genetic genealogy comes in and solves this case somewhere down the line, we may never get answers. It's happened before. It's happened many times. The Nancy Guthrie case is going cold, and we're viewing this footage completely wrong. I no longer believe we're looking at a guy getting ready to break into Nancy's home, but instead a guy who's working on the extraction process. I'm wondering.
Let's see what they said. So let's see. So did you see everything right there, Jermaine? Did you see how he was looking all on the ground? But the thing about it, I know he was looking for something to put up on that camera, but why was he looking at the other part of the daggone thing? And I told you before, it looked like he was looking at somebody. I said that maybe someone was inside the house already. They left the door unlocked, okay? Because we know good and well no other door was unlocked, because if it was unlocked, he wouldn't be up there at the front. Okay, he wouldn't be at the front door. He would have went immediately to the other side, but the door is unlocked. Why do all of this if you unlock the other door? But some people said they don't think he knew them or anything. He's just a stranger. But I beg to differ because, and he could be a stranger, I'm just thinking. I beg to differ because he knew Well, he don't know that she did not pay her subscription. I don't. That may indicate that he's not like a personal friend or nothing like that. But that doesn't rule out the thing that he could be, somebody who came there and did some yard work or some work, or know someone who did it, and they told him about her, and they set all of this up to get some easy, quick money. At least that's what they thought. Anyway, I'll put it in the chat, Jermaine, so we can talk about it. Or, okay, somebody hired him, right? And set all of this up, period. Because I still say he had to know certain things in order to know when Nancy was asleep, because you don't want her to be awake, because it's going to be more of a scene. So they would have to know when she goes to bed. You said whoever it was knew it was an elderly lady there, and it was Nancy Guthrie's mom, right? Now, they did say they found some internet searches. Okay, so if you type in Savannah's name, clearly her mother would probably come up in the address, and which that's why United States of America need to stop putting that type, allowing people to get that, have that access. Okay, in the UK, you can't even do that. Oh yeah, J4, this is my regular live right here. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, the other live was my Country Wayne skits reaction. So getting back to this right here, that's how they would know who's in that house. But what I'm more thinking about is the fact that they knew exactly what time she goes to bed. Because what stopped them from coming in there at 9 o'clock? They also knew that she wasn't at home. So how did they know this? Because somebody was outside watching when she left and came back. They had this day already planned when they were going to do this. Okay? So when you say something is already planned, right, that would indicate, that would tell me that they've been definitely watching her, or they may know her, or somebody they know her, because they would have to know her schedule. So they probably knew that she was going out, she was going to come back, she would take some time to go to sleep, and that's when they decided to come back. They knew she was going to be sleeping at a certain time. So then they came back and came in the house. And when people do this type of stuff, they usually do a mock type thing, right? So they can know how long everything takes. So they can get in and get out. Just like when you go to get with somebody, ROB your home or something. They kind of, think about it in their mind, when they ride by your house and check out everything, check to see when you go to work, when you come back, all types of stuff. When all the lights go out in the house, when everybody go to sleep, that's why I don't believe in, turning out all lights and stuff. Because people watch that from the outside, just like they watch her. Okay, but I still think it's somebody that's been there, maybe like as a worker or, a friend or something like that, because they just know too much information. And more importantly, that they're going to pacemaker. How would they know that she wears a pacemaker? Is that just in the news that she wears a pacemaker? So how would they know that unless somebody told them? But then again, that may could be explained though. Maybe they did know she had a pacemaker, but when they saw it, but when you have a pacemaker, let me think about this. When you have a pacemaker, I guess it's a wire hanging. I'm just assuming there's some type of wire or something hanging. So that would be the way they would know something is on her. And then they would basically unplug it. Because if she was asleep, she still had it plugged to her phone. So when they saw that, they probably just yanked it out. So they might not have known about the pacemaker already. I was thinking maybe they would have known, but they might not have known about the pacemaker. But they definitely would have to know that she was asleep and when they come into that house. And either they was watching her all these days, even before they see him on the camera, because who's to say that this person wasn't riding past the house or any damn thing, because they had a damn plan made all the way out. They knew what time they was coming back. And I keep on saying they, because I thought I saw another person. It might not have been another person, or whatever the case is. Plus, the FBI believes someone else might have helped him. So the thing is that we don't know for sure if she knew this person, if this person did some work for her, or what. But what I do know is there's no way this person would have known what time she goes to bed, and that's going to be quiet in the house. The only way he would know this is if he was watching a long time, or if someone let him know that she usually go to bed at a certain time. Now, he just put up this thing. Let me stop that real quick and look at it.
If this guy's about to be let in the front door by whoever's inside maybe gave him one of these. This video was apparently...
So let's look at this. So she got home at 9:48. So I guess about 9:49 she walked through the garage. Then at 9:50 the garage went down. Okay. So from 9:50, which is 10 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So almost 4 hours later, that's when the doorbell camera was disconnected. All right. So that person waited 4 hours to come back. So that indicates to me that this person knew that she goes to bed at a certain time, and they waited until she was sound asleep and came back. It's very, very sad.
The Nancy Guthrie case is going cold. I'm wondering if the guy inside maybe gave him one of these. This video was...
So let me stop this guy. I made a mistake and got off. So let's see here. So software detects person on camera. No video available because of subscription. That was at 2:12. So then he was inside the house. Okay. He was inside the house then. All right. Searching probably. Because from 2:12 to 2:20, that's 2:12:22. So he was walking around the house doing something for 15 minutes before her pacemaker was, I guess, taken, disconnected from the phone. So I would say at about 2:12, he must have been walking around the house. Probably at 2:13, 2:14, he found the room she was laying in. Obviously, she woke up or whatever the case is, and probably a struggle started. Okay, and that struggle probably lasted for a couple of minutes, and then he finally disconnected the pacemaker from the phone. And then after that, that's it until 11:56 a.m. So at 2:28, you mean to tell me they didn't get any more movement anywhere in the house? I guess the cameras. What about the other cameras? They didn't pick up no more movement or anything? Because they don't have anything else after that. They got 11:56 a.m., which is how many hours later? That's like damn near 9 hours later. That's when the family checked on her at 11:56 a.m. And then a couple minutes later, they do a 911 call. And then a couple minutes later after that, the police come. This case is very weird to me and very suspicious too at the same time. Now, I ain't even trying to be funny, but if you dropped your 84-year-old mother off with heart problems, first and foremost, I would probably walk in the house. Okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Okay. Secondly, when you call your mother early in the morning to see how everything is going, especially since she's 80-some years old, living in the house by herself, and got heart problems. 9 hours later, no wonder they can't find her, because damn, they could have been anywhere in between that time. And then why? That's another crazy thing. Why wasn't the subscription paid for? especially living out there by yourself. And I know she was in that house for a long time, but still, since she's 84, the camera would capture in case she falls out or anything. So the thing is I mean, it's a lot of time here between 2:28 and 11:56 a.m. And if she's supposed to go to church, I forgot what time they said that she went to church at 10 o'clock or something. So this is very, like I said, this is a very suspicious case. And it's just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Very weird. Let's look at this picture right here, this video.
News tonight in the Nancy Guthrie case, Savannah Guthrie's mother, involving that video from her front door. Sources are now telling ABC News the masked suspect seen at the door was at the home before. Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, tonight.
Tonight, sources familiar with the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie tell ABC News the masked man suspected of abducting the 84-year-old grandmother appeared at her front door sometime before the night she was taken. Among the images released by the FBI earlier this month was this one, showing the suspect without a backpack. Sources now tell ABC News that image was captured on Guthrie's Nest camera on a date prior to February 1st, when she was abducted.
If it is the same person, it could indicate that the person was there surveilling the place before the abduction happened. The fact that there was preparation and planning, which makes it more of a sophisticated type of criminal activity than someone just showing up.
One theory, the sources say, is the suspect approached the door the first time, noticed the camera, and was scared off, only to return later when he is seen with a flashlight in his mouth, tampering with the camera, and covering the lens with branches. That gap could help explain why investigators are looking for neighborhood camera footage going back to January 1st, a month before the abduction. The sheriff has said he believes Nancy Guthrie was the victim of a targeted kidnapping. He provided no evidence, but just a few months ago, she did appear on the Today Show from Tucson with her daughter Savannah, talking about why she stayed there all these years.
Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle.
Over the weekend, volunteers fanned out to look for any trace of Nancy Guthrie, saying they feel compelled to get out there and help.
We're Tucson people, and we all got to stick together.
Oh, you love seeing that. Volunteers just joining in to try to help the family have some sort of closure here. Aaron Katursky, you were in Tucson for more than 2 weeks. This is significant tonight because we had all seen that video at the front door, but then there was that additional image that was released without the backpack on. And you've learned from your sources tonight that those were two different visits to the home.
David, that image caught our attention almost from the moment it was released. The exact period of time between the image without the backpack and the images with the backpack is not clear, but it does suggest at least the possibility that Nancy Guthrie's abduction may have been planned in advance.
And the second image with the backpack at the door, that is the night they believe she was actually abducted from the home.
The early morning hours of Sunday, February 1st.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. We do remain hopeful here for Savannah and her family. Thank you, Aaron, for all of your reporting. News.
So I mean, okay, we already figured that it was damn playing out. I mean, that's kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? When did they say that? Yeah. Oh God, I forgot what it said. I think they called the police before. Let me think. I can't remember. I have to go to the actual story to see. Let me ask what's the name. Maybe it knows. When did Nancy Guthrie's family call the police after she was kidnapped? So they reported her missing. Okay, she didn't, what did it say? They called 911 to report her missing at 12:03 p.m. on Sunday, February the 1st. They discovered her missing at about 11:56 that same morning after she did not show up for church, on video. And then police came to her home at 12:15. So they called the police after they found out she was missing. They discovered she was missing at 11:56, and then they called the police at 12:03. So that's crazy. Let's see what else they got. 6 minutes. Let's go back over here real quick. So let's see what they're talking about right here.
The big rumor going around today that needs to be debunked. Did you hear there was a $10 million life insurance policy that Nancy Guthrie signed just 24 hours before she vanished? Yeah, that's not true. If there's anything that sounds unbelievable, just Google it. If there's only one source that it's coming from, starts with an F, ends with a K, it's fake. Why do people make up facts? It's the exact opposite of what I stand for. I'm also hearing a lot of people complaining. Why are they telling us this now? They came 2 different times.
In 2 weeks, are we going to find out that he was here twice before, and then 3 weeks later, we're going to find out he was here 3 times before? Like, just tell us all of that all at once.
They only slap. They forgot to tell her she's not working the case. It's important to remember investigators aren't working for us. They're working for the victim.
So let's see what this got going on here. Let's see. So we saw that one already. I already got all of that. Let's see. Okay. Why do they come up here with fake news? Okay, we got fake news right here. Why do they do that type of stuff? That is stupid. I mean, this is fake too. I mean, this is crazy. Let's see. I just want to see what she's saying right here.
Y'all, the daughter of Nancy Guthrie, the mother who was kidnapped, I believe it's been over a week now or so, who was kidnapped, it has now been arrested, and her car has been impounded for further forensic detailed investigation. The daughter was arrested because multiple sources, was in touch with the investigators and shared that there was something deeply and a lot of unsettling evidence inside the home. So they went back into the home yesterday and did a complete up and down search, and which led to the arrest of the daughter. Now that changed the entire narrative of her being kidnapped, the mother being kidnapped by multiple people, to now the daughter seemingly, allegedly, has something to do with what happened to her mother. And we don't know yet, but obviously we'll soon find out. Y'all, the daughter of Nancy.
About it, I just gave you all the updates, and they did not say any stuff like this. So I think that's fake. Okay, point blank. The only updated information is about the backpack, which I talked about earlier on my other live. I said they found they found a backpack. Okay. I think it was in the Hobby Lobby parking lot. Another another search team, came out to help them look too. And they found a backpack in the parking lot or somewhere in that vicinity of that parking lot where Hobby Lobby is. And they sent it, they gave it to the police, and they're checking that backpack to see if it belongs to the suspect. And then they gave some more breaking news, updated news, and they said that the blood, or I think they said the blood that was found in her home or whatever, it was mixed blood or something. They said like that, so it's hard to pinpoint what they was trying to pinpoint. It was hard to get that. It'll be hard to figure out off the bat who all this blood, I guess belonged to. And they said it could take up to a year to analyze all of that. But as far as what this lady is talking about, I did not hear nothing like that at all, period. And where did she get that from? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I don't see anything like that. Now let's see what else we got. And like I said in my other live, one, I guess he's an investigator. They said that this investigator said that he believes that the cartel is involved. I don't know how true that is either, okay? So let's see what else we got here. So one agent, an ex FBI agent, thinks that Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper had a personal grievance, I guess, against her, and why? See, so he claims that he believed that a suspect lured her out of her home, but they said when they found her, she was asleep. So, I mean, how could he trick her out the home if she was asleep? Let's see. So they said, let's see. So they claim this ex FBI agent claims that there's a possibility that this suspect was either knocking on the door loudly or these damn ads. Hold on, y'all. These ads just be coming up every 2 seconds. See how you take this off of here. Or that he had pressed the ring doorbell, that he's trying to get Nancy to answer the door. And he's shielding himself from being seen as a masked person. So she will, in her confusion, just open the door. Okay? So he also said because of that blood on the porch and it spattered and it was on the driveway, he said that he believed that the suspect lured her outside. So they said it is very unlikely the suspect was there to rob the home. But I think they found blood on the inside too. I guess on the pacemaker, the pacemaker will give data out that shows when a person is basically resting, when they are up, when they are scared, when they are doing exercises or being active. It's going to show all of that. So if they got the pacemaker's data up until he disconnected it, it will show that she's laying down calm. You know, that's what it would show. So that's how they would know that she was asleep, or at least laying down calm. So he claims that this person, he claims that he thinks that GUN was a prop. He said if he's actually ringing the doorbell or knocking on the door, getting her to come out, he wants to confront her about something. So he thinks that this suspect could have a personal grievance with Nancy. I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. Anything is possible though, but I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know if I believe that. Okay. Somebody said, I think we should have evidence of Nancy coming home. It's kind of sketchy, but I'm not one to assume anything. Also, didn't they kidnap her for money? If this is the case, they should have given the money to whoever the kidnapper is. But also, how would they know where to get the money? I have barely even been following the case. But anyone who knows something about this and wants a reward for answers might be involved in the case, since the whole purpose of the kidnapping is most likely for money, and everyone wants answers and information. We should start getting some suspects. You never know who could be involved. I feel so bad for the Guthrie's family. Somebody said those eyebrows and eyes look feminine. What if it's a healthy woman? Now they did say they need to search the church that Nancy attended and the people and everything. But she went to church she watched from online. But still, you can still, question them. Right. Somebody said, what kind of beef would somebody be having with an 84-year-old woman? I don't think it's because somebody was mad at her, okay? I think they kidnapped her for some money, thought that Savannah was going to play it, and they just thought it was a quick way to get that money, period. And then the plan got messed up because, I guess the FBI, allegedly, the FBI told Savannah not to pay. So that's what I think. Okay, let me stop sharing, you guys, because we are getting ready to get out here and wrap this on up. So that's what I think, this is, like I said before, this is a very strange case, you know what I'm saying? And I do hope they find this lady alive, and my prayers are sending up to her and her family. And hopefully they hurry to find out who took this lady and bring her back home. So that's it with this topic right here, you guys. Let's go ahead and do a couple breaking news, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay? Let's see. You said your prayers. Yep. Sad situation. Oh, her daughter is going back on today's show too in honor of her mother. That was announced earlier today, just to let you guys know. All right. So let me see what I got for breaking news real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. Oh, let me tell you about the story real quick. Let me get it real quick. Not do it. Okay, well, I can't even find anything. Hold on, you guys. It's probably on my other little phone. So Nick Reiner, you guys, he pled not guilty in the unaliving of his parents, Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer. Let's see what they're saying here real quick. Oh, let me put this up here. So I said, let's see what they have here. So that's what basically it said. He was in court today, I believe, and that's what he pled. So as I continue to get more information on him, I'll definitely let you guys know. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Oh my God, come on. So a man is incarcerated right now, you guys, for threatening President Trump, former President Obama, and former President Biden. All right. So this lunatic, and I'm gonna call him a lunatic, he's a dumb lunatic, is facing his third indictment for threatening a president, this time aiming at President Donald Trump, in a letter from prison that said, "We will unalive him too." Okay. This is the same man who was convicted of who was convicted of threatening to unalive Barack Obama and Joe Biden. He said, "Enjoy having Trump in office while you can." Eric Rome Jr. warned this in a letter sent to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews in Chicago on January 6th. And this is according to his federal indictment. That's crazy. And then he said, these are guarantees. Okay. He said, we are also going to SHOOT Ambassador Mike Huckabee and his daughter Sarah. So Rome, the dude who made all these threats, has described himself in the past as a white supremacist and member of the Aryan Brotherhood of South Carolina, as well as the Proud Boys. He said, our intent is war on the federal government and specifically the assassination of the feds. That's what he said in 2021 in a voicemail. And he also threatened Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, as well as Obama. He said, we will execute the old man and post videos of his unaliving on as many web platforms as we can. He said, I have planned to get out of this prison and carry out a SNIPER attack on Joe Biden and take his LIFE. I'm willing to DIE in the attempt. Now, in 2014, when this dude was incarcerated, he was locked up on state charges for robbery. And then he got in trouble again for another unalived threat to former President Obama. He said, when I get out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to SHOOT the president. And then he said, I just figured I would let you know. And then on the 6th of January, he wrote another letter. And this time he did threats to Christians and Jewish citizens, claiming groups associated with the religions had their hands so far up Donald Trump's, you know what, per the indictment. And then he also claimed that he and his people will begin hunting people in the near future. He said, we are not going to sit idle. All right. So anyway, this dude faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in federal prison if he is convicted. His armed robbery sentence ends in 2030, and then he will serve his sentence for threatening Obama and Biden. All right. So that's it, you guys. All right. That's it for the little live tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. He's definitely unstable. Definitely nuts. How you gonna be an Aryan Brotherhood but you racist against white people too? That's crazy. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure to share, leave a comment, and hype this video up. And again, if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation of $.shades2, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Okay. Y'all have a blessed night. Make sure y'all check out my other videos and YouTube shorts. And I will see y'all tomorrow night with another, hold on. Need the name of it. With another Shades to Late Night Owls Talk Time. Y'all, good night and be blessed. Happy and blessed Tuesday. Thank you, Jermaine. Let me take this down. Thanks, Jermaine, okay? Good night, y'all. Sweet dreams.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with shades. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shades 2, she back again. Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shades 2, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. She say what she want